Delphi Murder Case. On October 28, 2022, Richard Allen is formally charged with the murder of two young girls in 2017. On that same date, the prosecutor files another motion to have the entire case sealed. Like apparently he wanted everything sealed, even the fact the case was filed. On that same day, judge grants it. Literally everything is sealed. For a hot minute, you cannot even find Richard Allen's case on mycase.in.gov, which is Indiana's online court records database. This is so unusual. Once a person is arrested, I am not aware of any instance where everything is sealed. At the basic level, we should be able to access two very important documents, the charging information and the probable cause affidavit. The charging information is what the person is being accused of, the crime the state says they can prove if go to trial. This is a basic right in this country. People, including the accused, have the right to know what they're charged with. Now, the probable cause affidavit is the evidence an officer and prosecutor submitted to the judge to show a crime was likely committed. The level of evidence for a probable cause affidavit is a lot less than required for a conviction, but it lays out the reasonable grounds for belief of guilt. Not having the charging information, not having the probable cause affidavit, this is not normal. As someone who's been a criminal defense attorney for almost 17 years, as a lawyer who has defended all sorts of crimes, including murder, I have never seen anything like this. Sealing things like this is not the normal course of business in Indiana. In fact, the court seals so much, the Indiana Supreme Court Public Information Officer has to get involved. Now, this Public Information Officer does not tell the court how to do their job, but they do encourage that the process be more transparent. Immediately after the Indiana Supreme Court Public Information Officer gets involved, the case against Richard Allen at least appears on my case, along with the most basic information, including cause number and future court dates. Shortly after everything comes online, the judge recuses himself. Why? I have no idea. And no explanation is required or necessary. That's a good thing. We want to encourage judges to get off cases where they feel they cannot be impartial or where their ability to be impartial could be questioned. Why? Well, the American public believes in the court system, and the integrity of the judicial system is paramount. So we still have a mostly sealed case. A new judge from Allen County has been appointed, and now there's a hearing on November 22nd to see if the case should continue to be processed while under seal. Now, what can we tell from what's been filed? Well, not much. The charging information is still under seal. But now we know Richard Allen has been charged with murder, kind of knew that. But beyond that, we don't know officially too much. But there are some breadcrumbs sprinkled throughout. There are 2 counts of murder listed under the charges, but this is not what I would call normal murder. Richard Allen is charged with a second type of murder that is not intentional murder, but murder as a result of or in combination with some other crimes, some of which are pretty horrible. I'm not going to even read them out loud. You can read them right here. That's not the end of the story, though. Indiana also has something called accomplice liability. Accomplice liability basically is if you aid, induce, or cause another person to commit a crime, you're just as guilty as if you committed that crime yourself. Think about the getaway driver, just as guilty as robbing the bank. So I have a theory based on what I can see online and based on my experience defending criminal acts, including murder. I think Richard Allen is not the main show. He's somehow connected, but there are more people involved. And that makes sense. If Richard Allen was the main person involved, why not just charge him with normal, old-fashioned murder? Why charge under this weird Section 2 murder? By charging this weird Section 2 murder, the prosecutor now must prove additional facts, such as other crimes have been committed. And I'm going to let you know a little secret. Prosecutors are just like everyone else. They don't go out of their way to make more work for themselves. They just don't do that. I believe the police know that Richard Allen is somehow involved, and they're trying to shake this tree to see what else they can get. I believe he was somehow involved with the online chat rooms that other suspects and individuals have admitted to taking part in with these young girls, and that somehow Richard Allen facilitated the meetup with these 2 young girls and the man that ultimately committed these heinous crimes. Now, I'll be the first to admit, this is all just theory and speculation because we don't know what the official charges are. We don't know what the probable cause affidavit is because it's still under seal, and that's not how things are supposed to be in Indiana. Most importantly, you must remember, Richard Allen is innocent until and unless he's proven guilty in a court of law. If you have any questions about this strange case, these strange developments, give me a call, 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.